Alright, I have to say, this week's episode of Gundam GQuuuuuX was pretty damn amazing. Now, if you guys don't know what happened, well, a lot has happened. So before we get started, if this is your first time to the page, there are going to be spoilers for this. And if you like the content for Gundam, and as well as drama content the post, you can also give that a subscribe as well. It really helps with the channel. Yeah, let's get right to it. So, beginning of the episode, I actually watched it in dub today because I didn't really feel like reading the subtitles, and honestly, the dub is actually really good. I was really surprised on the dub. So, kudos to the dub team, whoever did all that stuff and staff or sorry, recruit hired for the VAs for English. So they did a great job, but it is pretty crazy. So. It all started in the beginning where basically Machu and Neon didn't even know they're in the same each other's Gundams. So and they were fighting each other and stuff like that. Machu actually dominated and obviously took her out pretty quickly. And I love the strategicness when Chalia was telling her is that be careful of the funnels when they come around. You can actually just grab. So there's a scene where Machu grabs the funnel, which was really cool. So that happened, which was really nice. In the end, she ended up deactivating the rose for the Sharon, but other shit was happening during that time. And of course, Cassilia was came in and they did this really cool scene where they did like the theater scene, which was obviously a montage to Zeta Gundam, where Haman, Shiriko, and Char and Camille were in the theater confronting each other. So they kind of had that feel. And of course, this was the photo here. And oh yeah, by the way, this guy's Char, which is crazy. So Char is in the, and we kind of expected that, but it's kind of cool that it was confirmed. Of course, again, they had the fights. Well, not this one. Sorry, I don't think I saw this one. Was that in there? I totally forgot. See, I don't remember. Of course, Machu was being a badass with the gun and shooting, and I guess like kind of overlocking. I don't even really know what they were doing with the, but basically it was just turning off the rows of the Sharon machine. So it really just confirmed that this was like a multiverse kind of thing because you find out later that the Lala in the one mobile armor was actually not from their world. So it seemed like it was doing a what do you call that? The universe what do you call that? The multiverse collision kind of shit where it's like two Earths collide, like it doesn't really work. So you find out that this Char, is here to take out that Lala because the that one's from a different universe. So that one was basically you have to kill it so then the Earth survives. So that was kind of cool. I have to say though, Shalia, dude, this guy's a badass, and I'm gonna have to show this clip because I really hope this comes out of the model because this scene is fucking sick. Like his skills are just insane, and I love how dope it looks how it transforms. And look at it, it takes out all the Gion just like that, just from the scene. But the transformation of this thing, like honestly, it's pretty sick. Like I really like this thing a lot. Like I'm really appreciating this type of mobile armor, and I think this might be my favorite one. Like I think I'll be the few people, but this thing looks dope. It looks really good. So I'm gonna have to screenshot this because this thing is really cool, and it's definitely one of my favorites for sure of the series. And this scene was all alone was just amazing, and his skills are just like straight up like Kira Yamato kind of shit. So that was pretty cool. So. And then after that, so then basically Machu saves Char from getting killed by Cassilia. Cassilia gets shot by Neon, and it's kind of a crazy part because Cassilia's like, "What the hell, you shot me?" And then Neon didn't really know what she was doing. And again, it goes back to kind of like the whole thing with, with Gundam where kids like they don't know what they're doing, they're scared, so they, the first thing they do is shoot, right? So kind of like that kind of stuff. But there's some cool montages where it's like a lot of the 0079 and GQuuuuuX kind of have like similar stuff. This is kind of a stretch for this one, but I guess you can say it's like the same idea. And of course, so Neon basically, I guess and she still remote controls the fucking G-Fred, which is cool. So the G-Fred saves her from getting shot by Cassilia. So yeah, basically it's a multiversion, and again, kind of hype level for Endgame. It gets pretty crazy. Later on, you find out that Shuji and Char were actually like, I guess he's been around for that long, so he's been like friends with them, something like that. It's kind of interesting. So like, I guess they've kind of been here, like with the Red Gundam and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting how that works goes. So yeah, anyways, he's been working with them, which it kind of a little bit confusing to me, to be honest. But I'm sure someone in the comments can explain that for me. Um, but later on it gets to the Kira stuff, so everything just goes like all multiverse all of a sudden, like they're starting to see stuff. Um, and of course, again, this was the craziest part. Yes, you are correct. The RX-78 does come out of nowhere. Now, for me, you see from me all these videos, I don't really care for the RX-78, but it was pretty hype. So you find out Shuji is, well, it's not confirmed yet, but Shuji is basically the Gundam, because they're saying, oh, well, Shuji explains that he's actually not from this timeline either. So he's here to protect Lala from getting killed, and that was the whole premise. So you find out that he's actually here to destroy this Earth so then they can live in. So a lot of like, hey, I'm going to destroy this, I'm going to destroy that thing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, so let me see. So this is the theater scene I was telling you about. And of course, this is a Shuji from like the past. And then Lala is starting to wake up from this universe, so she's still alive in this one. And of course, they did the Kira thing, which basically of course, if you ever watch Gundam, it's a lot about mutual understanding. So that's what's going on here. See, Shuji and Char are kind of like, communicating. But you find out that they basically like, they want the same thing but in different ways, basically. So yeah, it was pretty epic. So yeah, in the end of it, the RX-70 does pop out in the end, and Shuji reveals that he is the RX-78. So that could mean two things. It means he's Amuro or he's the RX-78, which I don't know what he is, but it's coming out. So we're getting like endgame level multiverse kind of shit. So Secret Wars. So who knows is gonna be coming out too. So there's gonna be a lot of cool things. And again, if you want a quick rundown of what it is, so the brief fight between Macho and Neon was decent. I thought it was pretty dope. I thought it was a cool fight, but it ended very shortly. Char was hiding something nuts. Macho fighting over Char to protect Lala was mind blowing, which is kind of cool. This is coming from Phantom Izuku, if you want to follow them. The ending is connected to the end of Char's counterattack. Okay, so this is crazy. So yeah, it's connected to Char's counterattack. So you guys remember that one. Char's counterattack, they ended up like disappearing in the end with the, I guess you can call it the Kira at this point. So the Kira happens in Char's counterattack where Amuro and Char disappear. So this might be connected where this all happens, where like shit. Well, which kind of doesn't really make sense, because then where's the new Gundam, right? So we're still kind of waiting on that. So I guess there's going to be a whole multiverse thing about that. We'll find in the last episode. So one more episode left. It'll be pretty exciting stuff. Overall, yeah, man, this episode was great. This was a great episode. It was a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, and they also play the Beyond Time song. So the Beyond Time is happening, and you don't know that's from the Char's counterattack movie, the end of the movie. So yeah, it's connecting to something. So we're pretty excited what's going to happen in this series. It's going to be pretty cool. Can't not wait. And here's a few screenshots. Again, we have, with Char, Neon actually shooting, which is, again, she's still a kid, right? It's pretty crazy. RX-70, of course. And, of course, we have some really cool shots. I thought this was a really dope shot. I thought this was a really cool shot from the G-Fred and GQuuuuuX. The saber's cool. And, of course, Shuji comes back. He's like a fucking new type ghost now, some shit like that. Yeah, but the RX-78 ours comes out pretty cool. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And, well, next week's the last episode. So get ready for that and see you guys next video. Bye.